All right, so as promised, I'm going to show you something that's not really talked about often and is actually not utilized well enough to make things better. We all know about the shoulder injuries that you get when you play golf, when you're lifting weights, when you're doing any really sport that you're doing anything with movement over your body. And people always talk about different rehab methods for your shoulders, for your neck, for anything upper body, but they're never really talking about your hands. Early in the week, I spoke about the strength, the power of you strengthening your feet and your hands. And that's very, very important. And it's key in my whole practice is getting these areas to start working better. I take it from not just shoulder issues, but also life enhancement as well as energy performance. So the concept that I want you to really think about is when you don't have hand strength, your shoulders have to do a lot more work and it's going to grind because of it. But the stronger your hands and your forearms are, the less your shoulders have to work in any movement. So if you do any hanging work, you'll realize your hands are going to give first. Your hands are going to hurt first and you won't be able to do anything, but you're going to grip even more, which makes your shoulders tighter and then you won't be able to move it. The other place that I found out a little trick in, a little hack is if I get my clients to strengthen their forearms, when they're golfing, they don't grip the golf club as much, which means they have more range of motion here, which means this part of their movement is so much cleaner, so much more, and they can open up their chest so much better. So what I'm going to show you is 3 different things to work with your hands, but these also play a role inside of your feet as well, because the more grounded you are, the better your knees are going to be, your ankles, your knees, and your hips, which means back pain goes away, the better your feet are, and the stronger your feet and ankles are. So let's take a look down here. So I have a big rice bin. You don't have to go this big. You can just do something as small as get a 5-gallon tub or even smaller, throw some rice in and do any of these movements. You want to think about accessing here, and accessing the muscles in here. So the first, I'm going to show you 3 moves. The first one I'm going to do is just grab the rice. And all you're going to do is grab the rice, thinking either pinky, thumb to pinky, or thumb to here, or thumb all the way across. Doesn't really matter. I just want you to grab the rice. Thinking about, try to last for a minute. When I get my clients to do it at first, it's like I want you to really grab, hold, and think about doing it 30 times. It's not really time. But when I really go at it, I want to go for a minute. And I want to grab as hard as I can as I go for a minute. That's number 1. Once you get that down, then I want you to put your fist inside the rice. The deeper you go into the rice, the better or the harder. I want you to go deep in and then circle out. And it's a small movement, and I'm trying to go as deep as I possibly can, making that hold. And I'm just going to keep on going just like so. And again, 30 seconds. I'm going to try to go rapidly as that point goes. And then I want to go fingers out here. Notice nothing, no movements happening inside of my elbow in this way. Just like so. You're going to keep on going, keep on pushing, and you're going to feel the burn through your forearms. Now, the more and more you allow you can see the dimple of my elbow to come out, the more my shoulders are going to roll. So I told you guys to show you 3. I'm going to show you 1 more. As I go in here, I want to start opening up my elbow. And as I do this, I'm going to start working different aspects of my elbow. So that's another movement that you can do. Then there's this, going the opposite direction. But the more and more you do this, I have to now tell you have to have your core dialed in. So you can't just be bending over. You have to have it dialed in where everything is working together and you're doing a number like this, getting all these things to work. And the more you do this in this way and learn how to do all those motions, the faster and better your shoulder joint's going to work, the faster better your hand strength's going to come in, and as you'll realize so much more energy will come out. And if you do this right, you can hear it inside me, your breathing's going to change, which means you're really working it. So I want to know how this felt. If you're going to try it out, if you're curious about it, it is isometric work, so it's not big, explosive. It's actually quite boring in the way looking at it, but it does a world of a difference to your foundation. It will help everything in your life if you get your foundations right. So tell me if this works. See you on the next one.